Kim, welcome back to Emerald Coast Neighborhoods. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, I'm so happy that you make time for me.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure talking with you. Kim is one of my preferred lenders, and she is an awesome person. And just give a brief, how long have you been in the lending industry and who do you work for?
I'm with New American Funding, and I've been in the industry for several years. Prior to that, I was also in the industry, but not as a loan officer. So I've been involved in the industry probably for 7 or 8 years total. New American Funding is a huge national organization. We have over 250 offices across the country. We have 5 right here on the Emerald Coast. And we service all of our loans. So after your loan closes with us, you're not going to get a letter from B of A or Wells Fargo saying, hey, welcome to my family. We're now servicing your loan. We service our own loans after they close as well.
All right. So as you know, I'm doing this buying seminar and we're talking about different things. And there's this kind of huge stigma that talking with you is this huge invasive procedure. And obviously it isn't, but I have my buyer and I send them to you, and then how long are you going to be talking to them? Unless they're, of course, a chatty Cathy. How long?
So the first step is when typically someone calls me is that they're looking for a pre-approval. Right. And as Kevin knows, it's hard to look at any properties unless you have you're pre-approved by a lender. So the initial conversation, I can do could be 10 or 15 minutes on the phone. What is important is to learn exactly the type of loan program that works best for you. Are you a first-time home buyer? How much do you have for a down payment? Do you not have money for a down payment? So a lot of questions, just kind of fact-finding, and we can discuss a few things. And then I can actually take all the information for the pre-approval right on the phone. It takes about 10 minutes. And then I just need several documents from the borrower to finish the pre-approval, and that's your most recent pay stub and your last 2 W-2s.
Okay. So what happens if I'm retired and I don't have a pay stub?
If you're retired, you may have a pension or you may be on Social Security. So you could actually take a picture of your award letter, or just actually for the pre-approval, just stating the amount of your pension and Social Security benefits is generally all I need.
Okay. Would your last year's taxes take care of it, or no? You'd need the.
We don't even need the taxes. So,
okay.
And if we do down the road, if eventually if underwriting wants to see some taxes, we can do that. But less is more with the loan. The more paperwork you provide, the more eyeballs lay on it, and someone might say, hey, wait a minute. So less is more with the loan, and I will guide you as to only the required documents that we need.
Okay. And you said pre-approval, but there's also pre-qual. What is the difference between pre-approval and pre-qual?
Sure, and the terms are used interchangeably, it seems. However, for my purposes and this video, the pre-approval is that quick approval letter that we generate for you based on information you tell us and you provide for us. Sometimes folks feel more comfortable being fully pre-qualified. So they know after they find that house, they don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I don't know if I mentioned this in the pre-approval. I hope this doesn't keep me from, buying this home. So what our full pre-qualification is I will ask for more information. I'll need bank statements and picture, copy of your driver's license. If you have 401k documents, any kind of asset information I would want that I think we would need for the loan. And then I bundle that all up with your pay stubs and W-2s, and then send it off to underwriting. So you'll actually have an underwriter fully going through all your files and then coming back with this person, with all the information I have, I deem them pre-qualified for a loan.
Now, obviously we're in Florida, but you said that you're company is nationwide.
Yes.
So the basic principles are the same for all your offices. There might be some one thing different in one state, but it's pretty much the same, right?
It's pretty much the same, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So this will work for state of Washington all the way at the other end of the country.
Right.
I was expecting you to say, we don't have an office in state.
Everywhere but Alaska and Hawaii. So.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned a couple things, and this is one of these is definitely specific to Florida, but I'm not sure about the other one. There's the Florida Bond and the Hometown Heroes. Those are two specific programs that are going right now?
Yes, they are going on right now. The Florida Housing provides down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. The first program is their bond, and this program typically doesn't end. It's been going on for several years, and I spoke with someone at the office last week, and they do not foresee this program ending in the near future. If you qualify as a first-time home buyer, you can receive up to $10,000 to assist with your down payment and closing costs. And there are two types of programs. One is called a 5-year kind of pay down. What happens is over a 5-year window, let's say it's a $10,000, it's a second mortgage is what this grant is from the state of Florida. It's a second mortgage that each year it will be forgiven 20%. So after 5 years, that $10,000 loan, second loan, will be gone, and there's no repayment. The second program is called 30-year deferred. Now this program, you will receive the $10,000 for closing costs and down payment, and you don't have to pay anything on it until one day, whenever you sell that home, that $10,000 from your proceeds for the sale of the home will go back to the state of Florida, and that's how they keep the program running. Or if you refinance, would be the other situation where that money would go back to the state of Florida. Because when you refinance, you're actually getting a new loan.
Okay. Now both of those are in the Florida Bond?
Both of those are Florida bonds. And there's
Okay.
Hometown Heroes. So Hometown Heroes is a new program that just started June 1st. And it is for military and frontline occupations. I tell you what, there are over 60 frontline occupations included in this. I mean, it includes all education. If you're a school librarian, a school counselor, teachers, a school psychologist, if you are a massage therapist, if you're a physical therapist, a dental assistant, a dental hygienist, it goes on and on and on. And of course, all the firefighting, law enforcement, there's just an extensive list. So if you think you might be considered as a frontline worker, this would be a program for you.
Okay. And how does that differ? How does this differ from the Florida Bond?
Yep. So how it differs is it's occupation based, and the second way it differs is that it will only be on the 30-year deferred program. So and another way it differs, you can receive up to $25,000 in down payment and closing costs. So the Hometown Heroes, you will receive 5% of your loan amount as down payment assistance, and which can also be used for closing costs. So if it's a $300,000 loan, you will be eligible for $15,000.
Okay. All right, so you keep saying this term, down payment. What is that?
So the down payment is, and it's not to be confused with like the deposit. So when your contract's accepted on an offer, right, you are obligated to put a deposit down on the property to show your good faith that you are serious and right, you're committed to the property. So the down payment for the loan there are minimum down payments for loans, and it's just used to buy down the loan. So for you, conventional mortgages, the minimum down payment in first-time home buyer is 3%. So you would put 3% of the loan amount you would have to pay at closing. This that 3% would be 3%. You could use that down payment assistance
Right.
money for. FHA is 3.5% down. There
Okay.
are a couple loan programs where it's 0% down. That's the VA loans and
Right.
USDA loans.
Okay. So just for easy math, if we have a $100,000 house, you're talking 3%, so that's $3,000. Okay. But this program will pay for 5%, right?
Up,
Or 25%.
well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, 5%. Hometown Heroes is 5%.
5%, which is $5,000. So you'll have an extra $2,000 that you could use to
for
what?
closing costs.
For closing costs.
So, yep. When you, so with any loan, you're going to have the closing costs that include a variety of things from appraisals to surveys, title fees and charges and taxes.
Yeah, sorry, it was the 25,000 max
Yes.
value.
Yep,
That was
yep,
messing me up.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So this is why when you ask questions about mortgages, I send you to people like Kim, because that way I don't make a simple mistake like that, saying, oh yeah, 25%, and then, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, so you gave us a lot, and these are just simple programs that are currently going on. There's always programs going on, down payment assistance and stuff like that. It's credit based, right?
So yeah, so the credit score has to be minimum is 640
So
for any
640.
down payment assistance program,
So-
and the higher your credit score, the better. But it does not have to. If it's 640, it's 640, and you can still be eligible. The only thing that differs as your credit score goes up is the percentage of something called debt to income, which might be something we can talk about on another on another series. So but the minimum credit score is 640.
640. Okay. So this is why it's good to have somebody like Kim in your contact list, because these programs change, the rules change, they add people, they subtract people. Credit scores may change, so
this guidelines change all the time.
That would be the term I would prefer to use right there. The guidelines may change. So when you come see me, I have a whole book of people that help me do my job to help, which is to find your house, okay, and to get you into that house. Kim is just a very important cog in that wheel that we're doing.
And my only role, period, is to get you in that house. So we work very hard to do that. And if there is a way, we will definitely find it.
Okay. Well, Kim, thank you for stopping by again and talking with me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining me on Emerald Coast Neighborhoods. Y'all have a great day.